We talk about editing workstations and everything. As I told you, broadcasting is changing from the the one we know in those days to everything is computerized. Video handling, the servers, the editing system. No, before linear editing, those that knows much about linear editing, reel to reel. Well, during my NYC, not on television but on radio, that we use reel to reel, whereby you use saliva, you use saliva to mark in and mark out where you are starting, when so that you can mark in and mark out. When you are playing, you stop, you know where to stop, you know where to listen. In those days, on for you to record this thing, do editing of your recording. But these days, uh, different softwares available for editing, like the Adobe. Adobe is the major software that you use in cutting, editing, putting effects, and the rest of them. But, there are so many softwares, even on your phone now. You can use your phone to do to edit your program, cut and join and do attach effects and the rest of them. I talk about networking and signal distribution equipment. Yes, networking and signal distribution equipment. Mostly, traditionally, we here now we are still using video direct to connect our equipment, even though we have interface of optical fiber in between. We also have equipment that like use, like for instance, you see we have a link from Jagal here to the other side. Our seniors in those days, when they saw the construction of this road, they say, something is going to happen. Or they now met the DG, they say, this road, we might be having a problem one day. Why don't we put a duct, meet this construction worker to put a duct for us, so that we have a link from here to that place, not necessarily flying something. So the DG bought the idea and now say, okay, they met the construction workers, they just say, okay, we will do it. They just now put those ducts in between. Not quite long, when in 2019, 2015 and 20, when we say we want to come back to Jagar and we want to start the Jagar studio, now 2019. Now say, okay, how do we link up the studio? How do we link our signal from here to Satcom? Because most of our dishes are, the dishes, all of them are on that side. Transmission is there, MCR was there. How do we link this studio from here to that place? Now sir, we have a duct that was late. So you can link it with optical fiber. It's real time. There's no delay because the distance is really small. You say, is that possible? You say, yes, of course it's possible. That was how we now invite the contractor, measure the distance, and lay the cable from here to this and to that side. Then put interface cable. When we started that studio, it was the OB van camera that we used. We stationed an OB van there for more than some years, using it as a studio, and everything was going on well. So the interface was via that optical fiber, and the signal was going normal. Since the introduction of that interface, only one time there was an accident. They were clearing that place and then they cut the cable. That was the time we had disaster. But now the place has been clearly marked, and anybody who wants to walk around that place is aware that there is a cable there and they will be mindful of it. Nobody will touch it. At that time we don't have much problem and we are listening. So our signal distribution, we use fiber distribution, that is part of it, and then we also use internet distribution, SDR IP routers and the rest of them. We have seen all those equipment, and we are going towards it. Maybe one day we will have an NDI router, NDI interconnection, whereby all our cameras and our video mixers will be linked via IP network, and you don't have to run SDI cable again. We save money. It's cheaper. But once we listen, meaning everything is computerized, but the equipment have to be compatible before you go into that one. Next, because we don't have much time. Next slide. Cousin, that is just a sample of those are the types of equipment. Just brought it. We have them, most of them. Starting from the camera that is even filming us, it's a digital camcorder. The first one there is the cameras, JVC cameras, HM890 or 8 something that we have on the in studios here. Most of our studios, we have them in different studios: Abuja, Lagos, Takot, Sokoto, Inugu, Jos, Maiduguri, and other places. They have those type of Kaduna. They have those type of cameras, and the one that mixer is a digital mixer, Atem television. Listen, we don't use it mostly in NTA here, the Atem television, because that one has both the in and out, and but the remote control of the one we're using is the same thing with that mixer. And, that one that we're seeing, that is just the remote control. The other aspect is somewhere else. Then this audio mixer, of course, Beringa is analog audio mixer that we use in our own operation that I put there. Those are cameras in the studio. That is a microphone, and that we use in our OB microphone. It's an analog device. Those cards that you are seeing, those are interface to your computer for in and out of for signal in and out of your computers. Those look like a go and port cards that you use to interface. With those cards, you can the Black Magic card. There are other manufacturers that manufacture those type of cards that are really more rugged than the Black Magic that we are used to. But what we are used to here is Black Magic card. You can see one has only one interface. That one might be just either for recording or for streaming, bringing out this. You bring in video in, then you take the internet out, this output. Then you have a small microphone there. Then you have this combo. Yes, we use things like this in OB for emergency quick setup with some PNG camera and video. Then you have this mixer complete, and all you need is just interface. Bring in video in and video out, and you're up and running. Next. Okay, toss it. These are mixers. These are the where you do your connectivity from Atom production to your 4K, and that is the front, that is the back. Use this one. These are the first that we started using in NTA. Most of the ones we put with this thing, and you have 4 HDMI input, and then you have another 4 SDI input, making 8 input. The other output, this, and then you have your audio in and out. The purpose of audio in and out on the Atem mixer is for you to embed the audio to the video. So the output video of the mixer, once you put audio, is embedded with the audio. So you don't need audio cable to run and run on its own. The audio and the video are already on one VNC cable going out. So that is the advantage of things like this. You don't need additional embedder. You use the mixer to embed your music. And this one is the router. You can see 40 by 40 router. This is the back of the 40 by 40 router. You see the front. You might have up to 40 buttons there, in and out routing. So this is how the back is. In case you've not been to the back of your router, 40 by 40 router, is something like this. This side is the input. To this side, count 40 buttons there, input. 40 on this side are output. The thing is that is n by n matrix. We were taught in school. The n by n can be 40 by 40, not m by n. We also have n by m matrix. like those multi-viewer, you can use it as a matrix whereby you have multiple inputs, 16 inputs on it. Blackmagic multi-viewer, you have 16 inputs, and then you have one output. Like we go to MCR now, you see, we use one to just show the final signal. You put different signal there, but you can pick any one and monitor and use it as the final signal on on your transmission. You just that's what you're giving the MCR there. Next, man over to this is typical of our OB digital high definition OB van. This is the engineering section, the camera control unit. Let me move closer. Oh, sorry. On this one, on this thing, you can see the three buttons here. You can do you can balance your camera with this one just by running them and looking, painting, just like an artist does painting. You'll be able to get exactly what you want. Times you try to white balance, you need to go ahead and do that this thing. And you have a lot of this thing. Like this particular one is powered by POV, powered by the internet. Doesn't have any other power connected to um, uh, internet speech and the one that power is and everything. This van, all this equipment and network, all of them and network in the van, and you can just with your laptop or computer connect to it. There are servers there inside the van that don't go anywhere. You can just plug your computer or go to the server, open it, and be able to see everything about the plan. Whatever is not working, you can do upgrades on the of them on the software on the internet. You connect to the gateway to be able to do upgrade of the software. Next. Oh, just hold on. See the other this is the waveform monitor. You can see that digital waveform. This one, you can change it to the traditional analog waveform that we're listening. You can see three signals representing the Y. You see minus this and it, putting the black is that is the color. That is how you balance the color. With this, if one that is long, you'll be able to once you are balancing the black level and the rest will be able to see as the kind of this. Next, are we done? Um, importance of digital video, important for we talk a lot about this one, importance of digital skills and then another of the performance and quality and communication of other hero audio quality, video quality, digital over higher resolution video such as the SDI, the HD, 4K, 8K, 16K. We are aiming towards recording 4K in our studio. The next generation of the equipment, I think NTA will go for maybe old ones and another thing. To be able to record in 4K, the quality will have superior and maybe 8K and the rest of them. But you hardly Hardly do you see people that translate audio over satellite because of the bandwidth issue. You will not be able to. Money, the cost will be very, very high. Maybe IP address, maybe you have fiber, even the IP, people that are linked with fiber, easy to do that transmission. Point. Then you have the analog signal are acceptable signal implementation. Yes, of course. If even your you, you are transmitting analog, maybe your TV receiver. Those that are still receiving NTA, they are like us. You see, you don't have good antenna, you see the signal somehow. The if it is digital, if it's not there, you know, you even see the signal. Then noise and interference over time on the long term. Yes, like the audio and video, the topic is too long. Noise, might noise, you know, electrical noise and other things. And this is next slide. Um, you say editing and post-production. We're just talking about comparing the two non-linear editing using software, Adobe Premiere, Final Cut, and it is faster, flexible, and lossless. That is it's analog required editing, which is time consuming, less precise, and integrated to the quality of each company. Like if you have analog cassette, like VHS cassette, if you play back the first time, quality is high. As we continue to play back, the quality is reducing. There's more critical, first generation, second generation playback, third generation, we find out the quality is very, very good, depending on the camera you recording to, how you flow. Automation and integration, digital support features, scalars, layer servers. This should be scheduler. That is not scalar, that is scheduler. Layer servers, while analog done only manual. Then storage and archiving, cloud, SSD, CDs, hard drive, and the rest of them. You all know all those storage. You can decide to put your video in the cloud. You will be there. And then analog requires large physical storage, on physical damage, decay, and rest. There are some, listen, I remember somebody brought on material, very nice material that he doesn't want. You just say, if I can get this material out, I will be very rich. He brought the tape, but unfortunately, this big tape, yes, it's digital, but it didn't call the demo. I like Bombay, enter the tape, and then most of them don't listen. You just want to rewind it, the tape will just come. Don't want to do anything to take it off. So the storage of analog is unlike just like the same thing digital, don't store it very much. It's like a virus and for you. Next. Next. Cost and space efficiency, digital less working devices. Yes. This remind me when we went to Lagos last year for Africans, me and this of that. Then in our booth, we decided to just like as directed by the AD, we should go and display our this big lens camera, the OB big lens camera times 75 and times 60. So the Okada was going around checking the ignition. When every other place they see normal this most of their in camera that they came with, portable that you can pocket and the rest of it. So when he came to our place, he now say, I was telling you what we have. He say, NTA, you will never change. He say, how far? Say, they tell us digital edition. Are you sure this is digital? I say, yes, I I, why is this between the digital more like that is that big. any good quality lens. And I told him that, oh, that did you work? Have you watched football? He said, yes, of course we watch football. Have you been to the stadium? He said, he has been to the stadium. How do you imagine how the people talk, they put camera and then they get somebody as if he's standing in the stadium. So can you get it with your normal small camera and say no? It's not possible. That is what completely it's for you. No matter where you are, a kilometer away, I should be able to get you as you are. I'm very in fact I can zoom in you because I can pick an ant for 1 kilometer. Can you pick an ant and recognize you as a ant? The man that was now appreciate what I tell him all the things displayed here one that has highest cost. That we have understand. Now, you say, if I let's be about how we work for medicine like that. So sometimes the bulkiness is not written because when there are certain things that you need a treatment of the camera and I ugly camera, you think that don't be thinking that supposed to be pocket size. That is how but that is what's for digital another very smart. Go ahead. Analog is inner transmission and distribution. Digital as analog, flexible and scalable data. Go to the next piece. We talk about maintenance, preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, and predictive maintenance. The preventive maintenance, yes, that one, the DB on it. We want to see, we have Thursday as our maintenance day. They're supposed to be our maintenance day. That we're supposed to be preventive maintenance. And even if you have corrective maintenance, you can do it. Like if you shut down your studio, you get the time and shut down. You know, nobody that's error that maybe it's today that normally you shut down no recording at the time of shutting down. Also, we don't do maintenance. You are bound to cause more problems because just settling on your digital equipment are the greatest enemies of digital equipment. Dust. So we don't remove dust as it comes always. They will block some vents, air vents, and then they will start looking up. Sometimes the dust settle there on some distance and equipment this is capacitance. It develops some capacitance in the that capacitance will shut down some of the equipment and prevent your digital equipment from functioning like computers. You carry your computers and then they will just blow it when there's somebody back. Because you tell your computer. Not be so. So you need to remove the dog for preventive maintenance. Corrective maintenance is when that's happened. So you have to maintain to correct it. That's when you need to replace parts and the rest of them. Then predictive, maybe you think after some time this thing will fail based on the manufacturer data. Then you now start thinking of how to when that either you replace it or you go and maintain before that is something happens. You have something that is fair to replace that before it actually like our inverters. We must wait for the thing back before we not do that problem. Maybe sometimes we're supposed to be checking the batteries. And this battery lasts for 10 minutes, 20 minutes before the start generator. We don't change. We don't have that data. We're supposed to have the data. This battery can last for minutes. This battery can last for 2 hours before this. Then we think of replacing it before we start training it. Because we don't know the time that NEPA will carry life and the NEPA will not come up. And then the inverter will go off. Or by the nuclear will go off. So we have to invite the PC of preventive maintenance. Other next, any other like daily maintenance checkings, documentation and reporting. Most young engineers they don't want the right documentation. It's very, very important. You don't need as it happened, you write it down. if you report it to your organ, that is when they will take action. But if you don't talk with your mouth, forget it, nobody will know. So you need to document whatever happened, you write it, and then you report it. We were taught a workshop practice, how to, or right here, yes, but not right, know how to report our fault. I report as engineer. So that sometimes somebody will go to me, not let's or AI, somebody can want what yeah, you might understand the AI, but somebody can hire and explain higher, maybe complete. Next, common problems and solutions. Signal loss, check DNC, connection, and the rest of it. Audio disruption, replace of faulty microphone and build the microphone. Sometimes you are wrong. Find out that the microphone is even a problem. Then software can be a problem and you think there are nothing that you need just need to invest in something. Once you find out that things are working very well. And then maybe check on being diverse, talking about that find it kind of not down the past, go over it and found and very well. Then talk about it by team events and next. If to say you can see that video very well, you see common some of the sorting of our problems. You see, the video head had a problem with that problem. They now join it. You go closer to you, see the way they is. You are joining table, you didn't solve that. That's partial contact. And if the operator is really touching, you see the finger and dancing. That's why I put that. We want to join not that do that once you are joining all that give it a time as it but at the point of joining, if there is partial contact, that electron something from one and that jumping of the electron from one to another because of the that's enough. When you have partial contact, your total see your total it's either the total group has a thing or you have partial contact. And once you have partial contact, you do your and the rest of them. Next, safety maintenance. You read that one. You know about it. Next, best practice. Train all the don't be only champion in that video. Train other people to know where this is. And you too, if you are in a place working environment, how do you feel? You don't know the in and out. You just come and raise balls, but maybe you just come and raise that. Don't even know where the table is going to. No good. You should be able to know where your cables from one location to another. Where is it going? What is the cable doing? Each and every cable in your studio or your working environment, you know the purpose of that cable. Not just for fashion. You know the purpose. Once you know it, to be able to correct it. Next, maintenance ensure uninterrupted broadcast, reduce long-term cost and downtime, enhance production quality to gain audience trust, stay proactive, not reactive, don't procrastinate, do it as thank you.
Please put your hands together for Engineer John Bada. Is it easy to stand here and teach from your wealth of experience, it's not easy. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. There's an appeal that we should vacate here 11. The appeal came through the DE that maintenance and marketing and finance have an emergency meeting. So we will now proceed to our venue for practical. Oga Razak will be here to teach us. Can as well teach us without sliding. You're teaching us from your wealth of experience. So are we proceeding to your studio? It's 11. Ready? Oh no, we'll record and send to them. So we are going to your studio. Okay, so please let's proceed to Studio B for the practicals. Please ensure that you are there because we are going to sign out.